Hi, my name is Jibreel and I want to apply to this new position. I heard it's going crazy. Everybody's doing it.
Okay, bro. Well, pleasure to meet you. Are you looking to, is this a full-time gig or a part-time gig?
Well, I know a lot of people that do it part-time.
Okay.
But I feel as though I am ready to commit and go full-time.
And why is that? What makes you different?
Oh, that's a great question, Mohamed. I feel as though me going full-time is going to put me in a spiritual light.
Okay.
And I'm going to actually be committed to something. I am a person who values commitment. I'm a person who values my spirituality. And I am the type of person who feels as though if I'm going to do something, I'm going to go all in. I'm not going to be, one part-time job here and then another part-time here. They're just totally different. I'm all in.
Okay. Well, Jibreel, we hear the story all the time. And people start off at full-time, but after a month into the gig, they go right back into part-time.
What is this job hard?
It's a lot of commitment, a lot of accountability, and a lot of responsibility. Yeah.
The R word.
It's a big one.
Well, I'll try my hardest, and what I can say is that I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm human.
Okay,
right?
mistakes, yes.
But if the boss is okay with that, and the boss believes in my work, and he thinks that my work ethic is up to par, then I think I'm the guy.
Don't worry, the boss is definitely merciful, definitely forgiving,
Ooh, I like those words.
and definitely believing. The issue is that people usually give up on him before he gives up on them.
That's pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll take the application and rethink my position.
Okay. Here is the full-time Muslim application.
Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you. Can I get the part-time Muslim application too, please? Maybe I might get another part-time at a nightclub or something.
Yeah. Here's the part-time. Let me take that full-time one back. Yeah.
You know what? Thank you. All right, I'll be in contact soon. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Come on, there we go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Young and Muslim Podcast. I'm Jibreel Salam.
And you're the co-host, Mohamed Hassan.
And we are Young, Muslim, and Handsome. That is just a little skit that we like to call
The part-time Muslim versus the full-time Muslim.
Yes, and so obviously that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the people that want to be halfway in and halfway out.
Yes.
And once they learn that Islam, this Muslim lifestyle, halal lifestyle, is not just something that you can be on and off with, they tend to shy away.
They do.
But what I want to say is that this is a job that you should relish having. This is a job that you should want to have because the perks of this job are great. And I'm not just talking about the afterlife. I'm not talking about when you get up to the boss's office, right? Hopefully you guys got the analogy about the boss, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about this right here is the best job ever. Why? Because there's unlimited perks.
Yes.
And the perks come from within. I know that sounds super corny. I know it sounds like a Tony Robbins seminar, but the perks come from inside you.
There's levels to this thing, young boy.
Miss me with the bullet. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just felt like it. I got some coffee in me, man. I'm feeling good this Ramadan.
Great.
This is actually the first time I've had coffee all Ramadan.
I'm trying to think. I haven't had coffee because when can I drink it? You drink coffee in the morning.
Exactly.
So
I mean, I'm drinking coffee at 12 at night.
Tea right now. I got my black tea in me.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that. I know both of us have been part-time Muslims, and now we're working on our full-time Muslimness.
We just got promoted.
Yes.
Not too long ago.
We submitted an application and we definitely got the job, and now we're working our way up.
I don't think it's a position where you get the job. I think it's a position where you accept the job. The job opportunity is always open.
It is always open.
Oh my God.
It's ongoing admission.
Open enrollment.
No child left behind.
Oh, hooked on Islamics.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, that was a good Hooked on Islamics, bro. Oh my God, this is gonna be the best podcast ever right here. You guys tune in. No, you're right. I think there's definitely been a time where we've been part-time Muslim, and I think college was definitely the error because there was so many other things that we could do. You know what I'm saying?
So many other shiny objects, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That we wanted to go after and just chase.
You sure it's shiny objects, Mo?
Yes, I'm talking about those notebooks.
Hey. No, but for real though, like college was one of those things where it was like so many distractions where you know you could get involved in, and it took you away from what truly mattered.
Yeah.
You know, as we said in the skit, like the benefits of the job usually come from within, but you have to sacrifice the perks of the part-time job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The perks of the part-time job are nice, but you never really advance, right? You feel like you're advancing. It's almost like you're on a treadmill. You feel like you're going somewhere, but really you're just staying in the same place.
Yeah.
You're making the same minimum wage. But when you actually are full-time, you have the ability to get promoted.
Mm-hmm.
You might get better perks, right? You might get a new desk. You might get a new office. You might get an assistant.
Wow.
You might get a coworker. And when I mean coworker, I mean a spouse. You might get a spouse that like actually compliments you and
They
works
help
well.
you out, yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, look, let's be real. Like we're full-time workers now, but I would have to say that we still have a lot of part-time tendencies.
Yes, that's perfect word. Perfect
However,
word.
I would be remiss to omit the fact that we're trying to be better. Yo, this coffee's got my brain working.
I can tell.
Right? My eyes are wide open right now.
Keep that brain flowing. Keep them juices going.
Another sip.
So, let's talk about different ways that we were part-time Muslims and how we got out of that occupation and got into the full-time Muslim lifestyle. Because there's a big difference. One thing that I did to jump into that full-time Muslim role is that now I make sure I don't miss Jummah at all.
Yeah, that was one time you going to one Jummah a year. And
Yeah,
that was it.
like it was one of those things where like if I was around, yeah, I would go. If I didn't have anything to do, I might pull up.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't like an obligation.
If I was out there sinning, I might pray.
You know, and it was crazy because you know how important it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have everything going on, when you have all those other things going on in life, such as college, you got class, you got people trying to meet up, you're studying, you're going out, Jummah is just put on the back burner.
You know why?
Why?
It's almost because like the daily prayers, we take them for granted because it's 5 of them a day.
Yeah.
Or I was like, oh, I'll just make the next one, right? With Jummah, it's the same thing as once a week. But we always, if you notice, people always take Eid more seriously. Why? Because it only comes once a year.
And if they miss it.
Exactly. They miss it. But guess what? Jummah is still coming the next week.
Yeah.
Allah says, I actually don't want to quote this. I just know that we're taught that Jummah is obligatory for all of us, right? And it's more important than even the Eid prayer, right?
Dude, Jummah is...
Yeah, Jummah is the pinnacle of community life, and it's the pinnacle of being like a good Muslim. It's like the forefront, like you need to go to Jummah.
If I'm not mistaken, like Friday is our day.
Yeah.
Friday is when everything started for us.
Yeah.
And I think I heard one of the brothers saying, it was a sheikh, one of my messages, he was like, we're still going to be having Jummah even in the afterlife.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Well, I'm prepared.
And so if you're already used to it and you're going to it after, I just think that's a blessing. But the reason, at first, when I was a kid, I used to go because my parents were taking me.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it was just, once my parents were busy, I wasn't going. Not only, I didn't have a ride, but I didn't have the urge to go in and do that.
Yeah.
So that was one thing about the part-time Muslim between the full-time Muslim.
Yeah.
But as a full-time Muslim, you push everything to the side to make sure you go to Jummah.
Yeah.
You'll cancel that appointment.
Mm-hmm.
You'll cancel that practice.
Yeah.
Or you push out after. Anything right now I have from 12, for here that I work from 12:30 to 2 o'clock,
You pushing it out.
there's nothing that stopped me
Nice.
from going to prayer.
I like that.
Back in the
Does
day,
it took you a while?
It took me a while. Part-time Muslim, I was like, I say Jummah, yeah, I might fade it, you know, if I
Yeah.
got some time. But it
Yeah.
was not, it was just, if it came up, if I got to it. Maybe if I drove past the mosque, I might slide in. Other than that, no.
But it's funny because now it sounds like is that now it's like you have no choice. Like you have, it's like, yo, I'm going, period.
Yes.
Dude, that's how I was in school. You know, like once I was able to drive, I made it my mission to not miss Jummah.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Because I grew up, like, you don't understand. Like, I remember one of my fondest memories of having Jummah, because you know you need 3 in order to have Jummah. However, I remember this one time.
3 people, guys. 3 people.
Yeah. Witnesses. You need somebody to give the khutbah, you need two people to be able to be there to hear the message.
And pray.
And to pray the Jumu'ah prayer. I remember I was about 6, 7, and me and my dad had a ritual. Every Friday, pick me up out of school after Jumu'ah. We would go to Burger King, we'd get a fish sandwich, and we'd get a milkshake.
I love
every single Friday. We did that for years. I mean, like 4 or 5 years. And I remember this one particular Friday, it was just him and I, and my dad was the imam. So we sat there, and he got the cookbah. I was like, well, we're here, let's just do it.
Mm-hmm.
He got a cookbah, but he allowed me to like ask him questions and talk. And for me, I think that's like one of the best memories I have of me and my dad, because it was like, yo, that's dope. And I say that because my dad is the best example that I have of a full-time Muslim. This dude is always on. This dude sleeps Muslim.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do that. Like, this dude, he wakes up Muslim. Assalamu alaikum. Like, you know what I mean? So it's very cool to have people that are like that around you, where they all those part-time tendencies, you know, going out, hanging out super late, getting into mischievous things, you know what I'm saying, messing around with a bunch of women, is like, dog.
Lying to your parents.
Yeah, well, yeah. We're speaking back to us. Yeah.
Not treating your parents right.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yo, when you surround yourself with full-time Muslims, you start, what they tell you at the job, when you hang around with winners, you're going to be a winner.
And that's 100% true.
Yep.
Because there's no full-time Muslim that's going to make me miss Jummah. Not at all. You know? They're not going to be like, brother, it's not a choice.
Or somebody that's looking to get a promotion into full-time. Because I'll say this, when I was getting on you, like, yo, leave the job, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't full-time yet.
Yeah.
Like, I was still going out partying and stuff. So, but if that was something that was a full-time tendency for a part-time worker. But now that I'm getting full-time, we've discussed, we've passed different, work ethics around, and it's really helped both of us. So, again, I always say, you gotta use the buddy system.
Yes.
You have to use the buddy system.
Because I got lost. I was lost in the sauce, which was work.
That's actually a very good song.
Right. Just working. Because I was like, man, an hour and a half, I can't. It was crazy because I'm like, hour and a half, I can't miss it. I can't do anything. But guess what? Your lunch break is an hour. And then if you're the type that smokes cigarettes, you're taking 3 to 4, 5 to 10 minute breaks each day.
Yeah.
So that's an hour and a half already.
Mm-hmm.
So just talking about just having a conversation. So if you weren't in my ear about that, probably to this day I wouldn't have done it.
It's crazy.
Because I would still been working, like maybe if I had time. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't have done it, but not as frequent. I would not have gone every week.
Yeah.
Not only that, I've actually stepped my game up in the full-time world. Not only do I go to Jummah now, I make sure I wear my best clothes when I go to Jummah.
Yeah,
Man,
that's hard for me. Sometimes my best clothes be I be looking rough. Bro, Imam Jose, that man come to Jummah looking sharp, bro.
At first, like, I used to go to Jummah, I'm here, sweatpants. That was before I was working. But then I'm like, I saw Brother Jose, I saw your dad. I was like, wow.
Bro, Jose comes in a 3-piece suit every single, and not even overdoing it. He just looking.
But this is our day, bro.
Yeah.
That's why every week I'm in Jummah. It's so funny because at work, like during the week I'm casual, and then on Friday everybody else dresses casual and I dress up. Totally different. They're like, Mo, why are you? I'm like, yo, this is the day of my Lord. This is my. So I become very nice. Make sure I'm clean. Got my fingernails cut, my toenails cut. You know, ready to go.
Forward that line. But yeah, man. So let me ask you this: what were some part-time tendencies that you had to lose in order to become more full-time? Because, well, answer me this first, and then answer the second question. Okay. How long would you say you've been full-time?
Full-time. 6 months.
No. 6 months?
Yeah.
6 months. Okay, I would say I've been full-time about a year and some change.
Yeah.
I think that was around time where.
Because I couldn't call myself full, because there was still 10 to 15% of my life that I did not.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that. There was a lot of hypocrisy involved.
Yeah.
So I couldn't call myself full-time.
Yeah.
When I was hanging out with the part-time people.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That was gonna happen.
And look, and this isn't to, talk junk or
it's not junk
to stunt on part-time people. No. Look, I love all the workers out here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We all work for the same company. Let's not get that twisted. We all work for the same company, right? We all have the same boss.
We work for Ummah Incorporated.
Yeah, Ummah Incorporated. But all of us are trying to get up to the top floor. We're all trying to get the Jannah. You know what I'm saying? So our goal is all the same, and we can't. The only way we can actually make it up and get promoted is if we help one another.
Yes.
And that's why we help one another and we help other friends.
You brought me up slowly.
Yeah.
And then there's times where
I
you dropped.
ABC'd you.
I brought you up. I felt like there was times where you kind of like a teeter totter. I would go down, you would go up. You would go down, I would come up.
Yeah.
Just back and forth.
Exactly, and that's why you need the buddy system, because when you have somebody that's also working to get promoted full time, it works, because it's almost like studying for a test. Everybody wants to get an A on the test.
Very true.
But if you hang out with people that really ain't trying to,
Who they don't care about the test.
Yeah, exactly. Or they underestimate the importance of the test, right?
Wow.
They forget that
Very
this
true.
test right here you might be getting the same sort of test. It's the same class, the same sort of test every single week. But if you aren't trying to pass that test every time you get it, if you're just like, it is what it is, whatever, I'll fool around and not study,
Yeah.
then you're going to be short, because when that final exam, that final exam
All
comes,
those tests combined.
exactly, and you're going to have to answer all the questions that were on all those preceding tests.
And what's our final exam?
Our final exam is
The
day of judgment, you feel me? So it's just like, bro, we got to help one another, because I rather have 100 study buddies than to go fool around with the partiers, because it's like, at the end of the day, that stuff is frivolous, bro. Yeah. That stuff is frivolous. And look, if you're in college and you listen to this is true of college in general. Like, let's get out of the religious realm. Like, handle your stuff.
Yes,
we both graduated a semester early. Why? Because we got to the point where we were like, bro, we broke. Let's get out of here. We can't keep putting this pressure on ourselves.
We put our minds to it, and we had friends that were graduating 5 or 6 years, and we saw that.
Mm-hmm.
People getting kicked out, people dropping out, people just losing their minds. We're like, dude, no. We see past this.
But you see what they're doing? They were part-time.
Right?
We went full-time student, right? My freshman year, I was full-time student.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, junior, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I made sure I handled my work first, right? Senior year, I was like, bro, it's time to go. Straight A's.
Buckle down.
It was like partying, all that. Nah.
I never got 4.0 in my life. That was my first time getting 4.0. Got my mind to it.
Right, exactly. So, it's just like, if you want to be full-time in anything, you can do it. You just have to put in the time and the work ethic to achieve it. So when it comes to being a full-time Muslim, when it comes to studying the religion, when it comes to studying the life of the Prophet, when it comes to having more Muslim friends, when it comes to engaging with more Muslims who you may not necessarily know, like engaging with us, for example, it takes effort. Like, you have to put your best foot forward. If not, then you're just going to keep hanging around the same part-time people and doing the same part-time things, and it's not really going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's the beauty of Ramadan. We're in the second, third Ramadan in the blessed month, and what I'm learning is that, listen, if you want to be a winner, you got to hang around winners.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
And that's just the struggle that comes with being a full-time associate in this business. You know what I'm saying?
This industry.
Listen, the boss is merciful, but the boss ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying?
You cannot finesse.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's no finessing, because the boss got cameras everywhere.
Yep.
Santa Claus worked for the boss. You know what I'm saying?
So going back to the other question you were asking, like, what else kind of defines me, like, when I hit that full-time kind of like...
Yeah, what were some part-time tendencies that you had to drop in order to become full-time?
I wasn't praying.
Okay.
That was another thing that I really had to figure it out.
You got me about that, actually.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't praying. You like, bro,
Yeah.
you text me. You like, bro, I'm going to text you when it's time to pray and when I'm about to pray. Dog, you have no clue. That helped me out a lot.
Really? That's good.
Like, because I would actually be like, all right, shit. Like, let me go ahead and knock
I
it
call
out.
you at night. Did you pray, cuz?
Alright, let me pray.
So that was another part-time tendency that I had to drop. I was like, I definitely have to pray. And when I did that, praying basically set the platform for me for everything else. Because once I started praying, I was okay. Now that I got the foundation, everything else slowly just started to drop. It slowly just dissolved.
Okay.
Kind of the people that I stopped hanging out with, things that I was doing.
Yeah.
Another thing that I would say that I stopped doing, a lot of part-time thing was that it was just sometimes lying for no reason.
Yeah.
Lying.
That's funny, yeah.
Just a lie. It was just cause.
You didn't need to.
Just
really.
didn't need to. Just like where you at, just tell them somewhere else. What are you doing? Tell them somewhere else, and you're covering up stories. Cover another story. Cover another story, and I see that happen a lot with college kids. I'm just like, dude, just tell your family like what's going on. At the end of the day, they really care about you. They don't want to. People think when they go to college, your parents really do care about you.
Yeah.
They want to make sure you're good because they know this is not going to be easy. For foreign people, they came to this country as immigrants, so it's like college. They went to a foreign place that was brand new for them, met new people. So they know how hard it is going to be to adapt, getting settled into a new area, and finding who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when people go to college, they're like, oh, finally, I'm free. I don't have to be under my family's thumb anymore. And now when their parents call, they don't even answer the phone anymore.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And I know you as an individual, when your parents call, you pick up.
Yeah.
Maybe in the beginning you're like, yeah, you call me twice in a row, yeah. But other than that, now, when my parents call, I'm picking up the phone all the time. What's going on? I'm keeping the phone conversation still light. Hey, what's going on? Like, what do you guys need? Everything okay? Cool. Back in college, like, man, that bothered me. Like, how does somebody bother you when they just want to really check up on you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's obviously a line. We're not saying
there is a line. Yes,
there's definitely a line, but I think what you're getting at is, keep that respect and understand that your parents are trying to look out for you. They're not trying to hinder you. I mean, like, your parents have been there and done that, And look, we're up here because we've been there and we've done it, and so we're just coming at a different approach and saying like, don't get involved with all that part-time stuff because it's not worth it. What's better? If you're a full-time employee and you making $50,000 a year and you can advance 5% every single year, or if you're part-time, you don't really get a raise, you sit in the same position, but you get to have fun.
Yeah.
But eventually that fun...
Unlimited paid time off. Unlimited PTO.
Right? No, you don't even get unlimited paid time off. What happens is you work, and then you realize you still don't have enough money to really satisfy the real needs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're in the spiritual rat race.
Yes.
You feel me? So as a full-time employee of Ummah Incorporated, being in the religious spiritual circle, you understand that like I'm taking care of the things I need to take care of inside myself, and it's just naturally it's elevating me to be better. That's why Ramadan is so amazing, because just out of practicing Ramadan, right, we gain taqwa, which is God consciousness. But out of that, we gain a shortened sense of ego. We don't think about ourselves
humility.
as being. We gain a lot of humility, right?
Yes,
we gain self-awareness.
Sure.
We start understanding what's important to us. Like I just in 10 days, I understand what's more important to me, because when you're low on energy, you start to conserve it and you start to be like, who and what is important to me, and how can I make sure that these people get my attention? For me, it's my family right now, and I know it's probably the same for you. Along with that, you get hygiene benefits, right? After Ramadan, during Ramadan, like right now, I got a lot of energy, right? Because I just feel good. I had coffee, but like health, there's plenty of health benefits. Lose weight, right? There's a reason for all this. You know what I'm saying? And it's more than just giving up food and water. Like,
forget a 401k plan, boy. It's the ultimate compensation package, man.
There we go. Islam comp plan. Yeah. So it's great, man, and
but it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a destination, like you said. Even though you're on the full-time path, there's times when you might even drop back down to the part-time. But always working your way back up. That's the goal. Stay on the path.
Exactly.
Even if it's just 1 foot in, 1 foot out, try to get both foot back in.
Exactly.
The problem is that when you get both feet back out, that's the problem. Just because you might not come back in, it's hard.
It's hard to come back once you...
It's hard, man.
But look, when you know what you're doing is wrong, that's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because you know. And you're going to get in more trouble than somebody who doesn't know and they're oblivious. You feel me? Like, that's the same thing when you do something bad at home. Like, if you know you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing, but you do it anyways, you do it on the job. It's funny, more people are scared of their boss than they are scared of their creator. It's crazy. I don't have a boss, so, but like, I've had a boss, and they were like, they didn't like me because I was like, I don't need y'all.
Yeah.
Like let's be real here. Like end of the day, we all shooting for the same goal, and you know, like you aren't that important. Like people that get power like to see themselves as though they're mighty and they're something great. But at the end of the day, bro, we all working in the same job, bro.
Yeah.
We all trying to work the same job. And if you ain't full time in your spiritual life, but you trying to go full time as a CEO of XYZ company, you know what I'm saying? You missing so many more benefits. You feel me? You missing so many benefits. And I tell it to all my friends. I got friends that are multimillionaires.
Right.
I mean, I got friends that are younger than me, younger than both of us,
Yeah.
making money. I mean, money. You feel me? So, you know, I think, man, well, what can I tell them? But then I'm like, yo, listen, spiritually, dog, I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm on.
On one.
Uh-huh.
Drizzle.
So heed my advice, you feel me? Like, I'm trying to help you out because what I say to you might help you make another 2, 3, 4 mil. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm sending you in the right direction for you to be able to take what you're earning and help out other people.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's not always about what you do directly. Sometimes you get blessings indirectly from you helping other people. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're trying to promote the job, right?
I like that because a lot of people are worried about the output because that's what business is about. All about the output, all about the results. But when it comes spiritually, a lot is about the input too. Like what you put inside you, what rejuvenates you. Things that rejuvenate us is helping people talking about Islam, gets us going, keeps our mind going, know that there's a higher being up there. That's all part of his plan. I know Arab. And when you have individuals who think that they did it on their own and that they don't bow down to nobody because it's just so powerful, they tend to lack a lot of things in other areas.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And they just can't, like, you don't, they have no peace within. Like, they can't just sit there and just chill. You feel me? They can't just sit there and be like, you know what, this was, it's you know, it's just a great day today. Like, alhamdulillah, I'm here. I'm so grateful, and thank you for everything that I have. You feel me? But they're like, no, man. Everything that I have is for me. I'm a genius. I'm just awesome like that.
You know people like that?
Yeah, I mean, in sales.
That's how a lot of people are.
I know people that make money in sales.
Yeah.
But you know what they do? They'll trample over everybody and everybody. They trample over anybody and over everybody just for another dollar. And I'm like, bro, you're really gonna trample over your homie that's been helping you out all year over a few $100, a few $1,000.
Crazy.
And he's been with you all day, but something goes wrong, like shipping goes wrong, invoice goes wrong, you throw him under the bus so quick.
Hey,
that's wild.
That's why I'm a firm believer that in order, you know, in addition to having that full-time job, you really do need to have another job of your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, that's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole no, when I say another podcast, I mean, like, don't listen to this podcast to get that type of information about entrepreneurship and all. Anyways, I digress. You know, I agree with you, man. Like, there's people are very selfish, and I think a lot of it comes from not having a big spiritual base, not having a spiritual balance.
Because they're not fearing the consequences. They're not fearing
of what they're doing.
What's the consequence? Okay, my boss, my CEO at the company, when I'm talking about Rabina, we were just talking about like a regular person. If he's cool with it, my family's getting paid. Who cares? I just did this man dirty.
Exactly. Because there's no consequences in there.
It's just a college kid that came out. We can find another Jimmy, bro. We're good. Pull out resumes. Put them out on LinkedIn. We Gucci. Nah, when you have somebody watching you that can see everything, they're all knowing, they're all hearing, they're all seeing. You feel me? You're gonna be conscious about that.
Exactly, and you're gonna be very, and that's what's cool about Ramadan, because during this month, as we said in past episodes, during this month we're very conscious of our actions, how we react to certain things. Dude, my drive up here was brutal. This dude was going slow in the left lane on purpose and letting me ride him. It took everything in my being to not just snap out. You know what I mean? But I was into the Quran. I was chilling. Thank Allah I got here safely.
Cool. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Most important.
But yeah, dude. I mean, look. I think being a part-time Muslim is fun. It is fun. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. I had a lot of fun doing the part-time stuff, and I have zero regrets. None. I have no regrets over the stuff that I did in the past. The reason I have no regrets though is because it's enabling me to tell my story to others who were in the position that I was in and let them know, yo, I want to save you 2 to 3 years of your life.
Yes.
So you can get on this 401k plan
Mm-hmm.
and you will have the best spiritual benefits of your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like,
that gender plan.
yeah, I like that.
Well, I think, okay, so for all the listeners, bro, that are listening that are part-time Muslims,
Yeah.
what can they do to start moving to that full-time position?
First off, you need to start looking at different data centers, different mosques that you can start accumulating knowledge, right? And you can find people that are there and they're helpful, people that are cool, not just a sheikh, because a sheikh is cool, imams are cool, and they can help you with certain questions. But you gotta remember, we live different lifestyles,
Yeah.
and you need to find people that you can relate to,
Yes.
people that you can vibe with, right? That's why you need to have a homie or a homegirl, whoever, who is a full-time Muslim that either has always been full-time or they were part-time and they understood where you are and it can help you build to being full-time. This isn't no overnight solution.
Not at all.
This is no get rich quick scheme. You feel me? Like,
We ain't talking crypto here.
nice. No, this isn't Islamic crypto, right? This is something that takes a long time to build. You have to build up your iman so that over time you're ready for that position. The issue that I see so many times with new Muslims is that they get bombarded by people that are full-time Muslims, right? But these people they've been so devoid of people that are part-time
Mm-hmm.
that they don't even know how to talk to them.
Yes.
It's crazy because they dump all this stuff on them and you're like, yo, like this is information overload. I don't know what to do with this. You know what I'm saying?
And then they kind of, at that point, they kind of scoot back like, yeah, this is too much for me.
Exactly.
I can't do it.
And then they quit the job.
They go back into the shop.
part-time.
They go back to part-time, because why? It's easier.
Mm-hmm.
Complacency.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Kind of like what I was doing when I was on my part-time position.
Exactly.
It's not that hard.
Again, part-time has fun.
Yeah.
Part-time people have fun. What I think is misconstrued though is that full-time people don't have fun either.
Yes.
Right? I think it's misconstrued. Like for example, for me, I used to drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped because a couple reasons. Main reason was the spiritual reasons, but the other one, just you outgrow it. You learn. You're like, yo, like this isn't for me. This isn't like I see no benefit in it. Allah says it. Surely there are benefits in it, but you don't gain anything out of doing it, and there are more the bad outweighs the good in these things, if only but you knew. Something like that. I think it's in Surah 3.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember reading through it? Okay.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was talking about gambling too.
Yeah, gambling, intoxication, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Games of chance.
Yep. Chance.
So you know, it's a lot recognizes like, yo, part-time people, you can have some fun out there, but I'm letting you know now that the bad outweighs the good. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's temporary.
It's temporary.
So temporary.
It's temporary. So it's like, yo, you need to be able to relate to somebody, right? I think that's the first big step. Find a data center. Find somebody you can relate to. A buddy system.
Get that going.
I
Reach
think-
out to people.
I think another thing to go from part-time to full-time that's a big deal is,
Open up the Quran.
yeah, I definitely think opening up the Quran, learning how to read the Quran.
Get one if you don't have one.
Yeah, download apps. You know what I'm saying? Like watch YouTube videos.
Yes.
Find. I think buddy system can be used in multiple ways. Like find internet resources, YouTube videos, and people. Like I think I follow a lot of Muslim women. I don't really see a lot of Muslim men. There's a couple of dudes like this dude Mo vlogs, but he doesn't really promote religion.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I like the movement that a lot of these women, they call themselves hijabis, and you know that's just like term for women who carry themselves in a modest fashion. I think they're really cool because they're displaying their religious beliefs out in the open and they're explaining why, and I really admire that. So for me, I think that you can use your internet resources and you can find people that fit who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And just asking questions, man. Just learn about praying, learn about reading the Quran, learn about the life of the prophet. I think that's the best example that you can learn. Not even just the life of Muhammad.
The companion.
Yeah, the companions.
Prophets that came before him.
Yeah, especially prophets that came before. Because I think what a lot of people don't realize is that we still hold Jesus and Muhammad and Ibrahim and Moses.
Those are the best.
Yeah, and Aaron. We hold them all on the same level.
I think it's the family of Imran. Might be, it might not be. But anyway, like the most beloved prophets.
Yeah, we hold them on all on the highest of esteem. Noah, right? Because nothing is higher than Allah. And all of them were chosen by Allah to reveal the message. So we use them as the perfect examples. People that, some of them made mistakes, right? Like, no, they weren't perfect. But it's how they remedied their mistakes. It's how they interacted with people. It's how they helped heal people, right? It's just how they interacted throughout life. Because life is hard.
And they were all tested.
Tremendously. No, none of us are going to be tested as much as they were.
Even close. Think about it. They were the best of people, and they had no money. They didn't live a luxurious life. They didn't live in castles.
That's actually somewhat true. So
unless you're talking about Solomon,
yeah. But even Prophet Muhammad, don't forget, he married Lady Khadijah. Lady Khadijah was one of the richest businesswomen in all of Saudi Arabia.
But before that,
he was still a very well-known merchant.
He was a caravan.
He was a very well-known merchant because they call him Rasulullah, because he was very trustworthy.
Okay.
So you gotta understand, when you have this sort of reputation, there's no way that you're gonna be pouring down the dirt. Now, not saying that he was wealthy.
Good point. Yes, I know what you mean though.
What I'm saying is, he still was a businessman, and that's why in Islam it teaches us to go out and seek Allah's bounty. Boom, after Friday prayer, boom, go and seek that bounty.
Yeah, you're back to it.
So look, man, being a full-time Muslim, in my opinion, is a lot better than being part-time, for the sole reason that you have a purpose. You're not just doing stuff to do it because all your friends are doing it.
With the flow. You're not going with the flow anymore.
You're taking control.
You're in the driver's seat, and you're picking where you want to go.
Exactly.
Feel me? You're the one calling Uber now.
Hey, you got that Uber Deluxe, Uber X.
I am the captain now.
Hey. So, listen, if you guys have any questions about being a full-time Muslim, if you guys are a part-time Muslim and you want to start, you feel as though you're getting to that point where the things that you're doing, those part-time tendencies, aren't exactly in the best of your interest, they're not really good for you, reach out to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can do it anonymously. You can hit us in the DMs. You can hit us on our private accounts. You can hit us on...
I don't think we even talk about it. You can even email us.
Yeah, you can email us. It's
youngmuslimusa@gmail.com.
Exactly. So guys, we really want you guys to reach out to us. We really want you guys to share your stories, because we've been there.
And I've been in here 6 months now. Probably about a year. So we're still learning.
Exactly. We're not
mistakes. And whatever mistakes we make, Allah forgive us, and whatever we're able to benefit with you guys, may Allah reward us with everything that's going on.
Exactly.
We're not trying to mislead anybody. We're on the journey too.
Exactly.
We just want to bring more people on that path.
Exactly.
That's our goal.
We're trying to make a caravan.
Yes.
And everybody go the same way.
Trying to fill that bus up.
Yes, sir.
We got the bus, which is this podcast.
So again, follow us on all of the apps that you listen to your podcast: SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play.
The Young and Muslim Podcast.
Yes, sir. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us thumbs ups, and make sure that you tell your friends, because we will be posting more content as time goes on. Very excited for what this is becoming and the feedback that you guys are giving us, because you guys are leaving amazing reviews. And if you haven't left a review, please do so. On iTunes, I believe you can do it on SoundCloud and Google Play. We want more young Muslims, and we want people just of faith in general to hear what we are about as Muslims. We want people to understand that, we're all one and the same. We're all working for the same company out here. We're all trying to get our taqwa up, get our iman up, and level up into the industry of Ummah Inc. So
episodes dropping every Monday and Wednesday at 7 a.m.
Bing, bing.
And then video on YouTube, we're dropping Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Bing, bing.
So those are the time. Don't miss it.
Hey. So, we're going to peace out. Time to get some sleep. Got to wake up for school in the morning.
We do.
So, with the greens of I'm Jibreel.
And I'm Mohamed Hassan.
And you are listening to the Young and Muslim Podcast. And so we greet you with the greens of peace.
Assalamu
alaikum.
That was
Yo, let's listen to the beginning.